So a well-defined strategy is where we are. Strategy is basically like a roadmap. So a strategy is like what I am trying to use this example because it's mostly examples are there so that we can relate to it and then we can understand the concept in a more easier way. So we usually there are lots of war movies where they are making strategies. You know, that's what they do in boardrooms, and then it's like basically strategies like this. Then they have strategies like this, and then in movies they put they make the steps. So it's more, movies are more engaging to us. We remember movies when we should remember the class material, but we remember movies more. We see it once, we remember it throughout our life. We read our class material 1,000 times, but then even then we forget it when we have to write it in our exams. It happens with every student. That's the story of every student. Some students they can manage it, some students they cannot. But anyhow, that's the role of engagement that we are talking about. And then it's the strategy, right? So it's the strategy, the roadmap, the steps that we will be taking when we are creating a digital marketing strategy. So a well-defined strategy serves as a roadmap that guides decisions and tactics, ensuring focus on marketing goals and enhancing resource allocation. Um, in the case of the assignment that we have done, the seventh assignment, that is the step that a general buyer takes, right? You guys, being you, all of you have actually bought things online, and all of you are actual buyers. So not just as that you have to do it for an assignment in the class, but then you have actually, those are the steps that you actually take when you go on to purchase a product or a service. Most in the assignments case, it's a product mostly. So typical digital marketing strategy framework. A comprehensive framework includes various components such as situation analysis, objective setting, audience understanding, channel selection, content strategy, budgeting, execution, and optimization. So when we are creating a strategy, basically we will have a document where we have these certain steps. So what we will have is the situation analysis in terms of say in terms of a brand or a seller. So we say this is marketing strategy. So we have situation analysis is like people are aware. So it's where we have like awareness, if they are aware or not, that the product exists. Maybe they are not aware that the product exists. So let's see. We use the word prospective customers because they may or may not be a customer, but they are prospects. They are prospective customers, probable customers. They can be a customer like that, right? So if prospective customers are aware brand or product or service exists, so we do a situation analysis, but like this, they are aware or not. If aware, uh, what is stopping them from being a customer. So things like that. So we will write what the situation is, and then basically what we will do is why we are. So we will have the goal in it, the gist of the goal in it, right? So we will do the situation analysis just like that. Once we know what the situation is, then we will have the objective setting, the goal of it, what's the end goal of it. So the goal can be objective. The goal can be it can be a lot many or it can be one to increase brand awareness. But then we do not usually use too many goal into it, or our campaign will become sort of directionless. So it's always good to have just one goal, but sometimes we can have similar similar goals that goes in line with the brand awareness or making sales and things like that. So it's again the funnel that we are working on. Then there will be audience of understanding, as in like who the audience is, uh, what are the audiences, maybe age group, the gender, the location, where they are, uh, even are they behind a mobile phone all of the time or they are not, because working professionals do not usually get too much of time to go through mobile phones always. So there are also people who do not are not there in social media, who might be the prospective customers. Then there are channel selection. So if it's teenagers, then as channel we will target TikTok, maybe Instagram, maybe. If it's for photographers and for designers, creative people and all, then we might target Dribble, we might target Pinterest, where there's also Instagram. Then if it's people who are not into social media as such, but like they're not in Facebook, they're not in Instagram, but then there's Quora, there's Reddit. So we will basically understand, in this section we understand who our audience is, who our customer is, and then in channel selection we find out where we can find them, so that we will target them and then we will make them see our ad, right? Then the content strategy. According to the audience, according to the objective setting, we will create the content strategy. At what kind of content we will create? Will it be image? Will it be a graphics? Will it be a video? Will it be a reel? What will we write in it? What will it say? So depending on the objective, if the objective, say for example, if the objective is awareness, then we will write, have you heard about this brand, or maybe something like that. Of course, have you heard about this brand does not usually clicks or does not usually pulls up that much interest. So maybe we will try to relate it. Maybe we will um, maybe if it's say if it's a jewelry brand, then maybe we will link it with Games of Thrones or like some other series like that, so that people can relate it more, right? If it's a Wednesday, if it's a say if it's a craft, if it's a say if it's a weapon, then maybe we will relate it with Wednesday. That's in Netflix or like things like that. So we will sort of create a content strategy so that it is interesting for the people, and then they will be able to understand it more clearly what we are trying. to achieve. Then, of course, there is a budgeting. So when we are saying we will say we will relate it with Games of Thrones or with Wednesday, there will be IP rights. We cannot use their photo or their thing directly, their videos directly into our content strategy. If we do not have the budget, budgeting will be like, okay, we do not have much budget, then how can we still use uh, these resources? Then maybe we will come up with something which is close to that. People understand it, but then we also do not have copyright issues. So we will come up with a plan, effective plan that we do not have to. Uh, More essentially, say we will stay within the budget. Just give me a moment. Then there's execution. Execution is where we are working on it. Um in execution, we will have a timeline when we are doing it, for how many days we are doing it. And optimization is where we are looking at the data analysis, and then we are allocating more budget into it. Maybe we are doing A/B testing, so those things will come later on. But then A/B testing is like we for the same situation analysis, objective setting, audience understanding, channel selection. We have two type of content, A and B. Say so. A/B testing is we put both of them on the market. We run both of those ads, and then within for optimization, what we do is we keep on checking the data analysis as which one is performing better. So when we know that A is working better than B, then we stop the B, or maybe we decrease the budget of B, the allocation, the fund allocation of B, and then we increase it on A because A is doing better. And then a campaign can run for a week, can run for a month, can be a continuous process. Do you have any questions in here? Anyone? You will be getting this PDF. So basically, these are the uh, eight. Sorry. So these are the basic eight steps for typical digital marketing. We are saying typical because it is what is used commonly in digital marketing, and certain companies might have plus one, minus one, so they might have seven, they might have eight, depending on how they are doing it. So the pipeline is different from company to company, but then this is what the typical digital marketing strategy framework is. If any one of you have any question. So when we are making the strategy, how does a strategy document? A strategy is basically a document. This is where the documentation it starts. When you are doing digital marketing, you will be creating a lot of documents. So the digital marketing strategy is basically a document where we are doing, say, okay, let's see. Let's make a little bit big for the class so that it'll be easier for you to see it. this may or may not be the overhead. Different companies might have different things to say what they are saying, right? So these are the steps, and I'm just basically for your easy understanding. I'm just straight away. I'm just trying to show you how the document will look like. So for the smart students, you might have already understood that this is going to be an assignment. And I think all of you are smart enough, at least to survive in this world, everybody has to be smart. Okay, so basically that's what our marketing strategy document will be like. So in situation analysis, it's like which stage the brand, product, or the service is at. And then we say if uh, prospective customers product, service, or solution exists. And then there will be other questions as well, depending on what the product is, what the service is. Um, uh, this is like the situation analysis. This is specific to the niche market, to the brand, because if it's an industry, if it's a B2B setting, if it's a big industrial thing, maybe oil, maybe diamonds, maybe those, then the situation analysis it'll be slightly different, but then more or less this is how it will start, like which stage the brand is at. If prospective customers know that there is a brand or a solution like that, so if they are aware, if they know, then why are not that they are going about it. The objective setting will be is the goal of the campaign. The audience understanding is the audience type, the audience or customer, because we are saying it audience in here because we are creating something digital, and then it basically will be a reel or a video or an image, right? We will need an audience for it. So it is basically like an art that we are doing, like a design that we are doing. So design needs an audience. So we are creating it for the audience. And who the audience are? They are the prospective customers who will initially be uh, who will initially know that there is a brand, like the assignment that you all guys did. The first step was where you are aware that you need something, you are in need. So the need is the first step. When you know you need something, then you go to the app and then you find it, right? You try to find what things you need, and then that's where we are doing the audience understanding. If we know that who our target uh, market is, that target audience is, prospective customers. So it's the customers, say age. So basically, it's the demographics, age, gender, then location, etc. We can also keep language. It can also be ethnicity, like depending on what the product and what the brand is trying to sell and who it is targeted at, we might be needing all of this demographics. The more detail we have, the better it is. Then interests, because say if it's about investment, if we are looking for investors, then it will be those people who are interested in shares and stocks. Maybe they are interested in investment. They are thinking, they are money oriented. It can be that we might be selling even stocks of a company. Even for that also we might be needing digital marketing strategy, right? So we will need to know the customer's interest. For resorts, the interests will be different. If it's adventure sports, so all when we are saying tourism, it's there are lots of different types of tourism. So say some people might be interested in camping, some people might be interested in adventure sports, some people might be interested in lounging. So they would be just interested in posh places, just go to shopping malls and just spoil yourself, and things like that. And certain people would want to have that thrill. They may be dirt biking, maybe bungee jumping and all those, then snorkeling and all those, right? So we will need to know the customer's interest. So, and detail as we we can say, we can tell. So the channel selection in which platforms. Advertisement is a paid advertisement, but when we are saying marketing strategy, so marketing can be in paid or non-paid. It can be in organic as well. So if we are doing it in on our own website, right? So even that also is included in the channel selection. It can also be email. It can be on just on Google. Email, social media, networks. Let's call it specific social data networks. Then it can also be uh, community channels like Reddit, Quora, Dribble, etc. Content strategy is let's make it more simple. Call it graphics, image, text, video, deal, or widescreen, depending on the channel selection. If we are doing specific social media network, it can be widescreen, it can be vertical, it can be square, and all of those things. So we will specify all those. Um, what will it say? As in, what what will we write on it? So this is the copy content. yeah, and there might be there might be more, as in like maybe music for music selection. It can be for say IP rights, because certain mascots and all might need to be created if it's like a big strategy, a big marketing campaign, etc. So depending on the objective setting, what which situation we are doing, and depending on the evolve, this list might increase the content strategy, and as the content strategy, what we are trying to create, this is the deliverables. This is what is to be created, right? Then we are coming with the budgeting, as how much money will be required. It's in twofold: for the content creation and how much money will be required to execute the marketing campaign. Or in simpler words, it's the amount of money uh, to be used for ad runs. So for ad run, when we are doing for advertisements, there has to be money. So one is for in budgeting, it's in twofold. One is for the content creation, and one is for the ad run. Then execution is when running the campaign. So this is execution is just one step of all of these steps, right? So execution is when we are actually doing what we are supposed to do, campaign or this might involve social media posting, etc. And then we are doing optimization. When in optimization, there's A/B testing, data analysis, etc. Let's keep this as data. Okay. So this is what we have. Let's see. Goal is the campaign. Okay. So this is more or less it. So our digital marketing strategy document would look something like this. And the name that we have, it can be a little bit different from brand to brand. They might say it differently than just a flat situation analysis, right? They might call it just like where we are at, the goal setting, the objective setting. They might just call it goal or objective. Audience understanding is like they might call it like or just audience maybe. So, but basically the names might be different, slightly different, but the meaning of it is basically typically are this. So that's the typical digital marketing strategy framework. I will share this as well. So key takeaways in this class is the need of a structured approach in digital marketing. Like this is a structured approach, and the significance of aligning business and digital objectives, and the importance of measurement and optimization for success. This is the data analysis part. So all of these steps, right? a digital marketing strategy is a detailed plan that outlines how online channels will be leveraged to achieve specific marketing goals, engaging customers effectively. Ensuring that the digital marketing strategy aligns with overarching business goals is essential for maximizing, because at the starting itself we are doing situation analysis, we are doing the objective with the situation where we are at. Depending on that, we are doing the objective setting, so the goal is aligned with the brand and the company. And with that, we are using the prospective customers who are the audience, and where they are, the audience is available, will be run, or like say. So this is not about the company, it's about the people, it's about the customers. Like in the assignments that you have written, most of you have opted for Jumia, Amazon, so those are the channels. If somebody have to target you guys, then to sell the things, then they will have to go to Amazon and Jumia. And then some students have also written that they look for apps, authentic apps, so that they don't might get scammed. So how the steps that they take in choosing the apps also are different. Maybe they will go to they will look for that directly in Google. Most of us, we just straight away we do Google. But some people, they also go to different websites like Quora, Reddit, and all, and then they try to find it. Where are the audiences present? Okay, so we are aligning it with the business goals at the starting of the strategy itself. We are utilizing the online channels, so such as social media, email, websites, pay-per-click advertising, PPC. We will come to this in later on. But then when we are doing the channel selection, that's where we are saying. Then there's strategic mistakes, lack of clear goals, not establishing clear and measurable goals, or if we have too many goals. Like if we have too many goals in one campaign, it means the content strategy, we will have a lot of content strategy, and the channel selection also will be too many. If we have too many goals, then the lower portion, it will get more blotted up, and then we will have to divide our budget into those blotted up things. Like if we have, say, we have 5 goals. For each goal, the audience understanding, the channel selection, content strategy, but that all might be different. But then we will have that XYZ, a fixed amount of budget. Even if it's very high budget or very low budget, even then we will have a fixed amount of budget. And that budget, it will get divided into 5 goals. Or we might also have that, like for 5 goals, we have for each different goal, we have unlimited amount of budget. Even then, for one single campaign, doing so many things, it also will be, it won't be that much productive. It will be very complicated to handle that type of tension. So if we are doing different campaign, for the brand, it's best to go step by step, because we are already doing the situation analysis, and then we are doing the campaign only for one particular stage at one particular time. Like if people don't know that they are aware, if they are not aware about that product, then we are already doing a campaign for the awareness part. So we don't need to do campaign for sales. We don't need to do a campaign to build a desire in them to buy our product, because that thing will come later on. So strategic mistake number one is lack of clear goals. Number two is ignoring the target audience, failing to understand and consider the target audience results in ineffective marketing strategies. It's crucial to define buyer personas and comprehend their needs and preferences to tailor messages appropriately. And lastly, it's failure to measure and optimize. Like if we have done everything, but then we are not measuring, we don't have, uh, if it's correct, if we are on goal or not, and if we are not doing the data analysis and we are not optimizing it on the go, because in digital marketing, that's where the difference of traditional marketing and digital marketing is. If we are just doing everything correct and then just leaving it like that, then we are not reaping the 100% benefit of digital marketing. So digital marketing, the difference between traditional marketing and digital marketing is that we can optimize it on the go. It's like real time, right? So without regular measurement and analysis of marketing performance, opportunities for improvement may be overlooked. So we are missing out on the icing on the cake. Implementing tracking mechanism and optimizing based on data is essential for ongoing success. So the framework. In framework, there's SWOT analysis. So SWOT analysis is sort of like examination that we do. Now, SWOT analysis can be is applicable to everything in our life, even for career, even for your for yourself as well. So, SWOT analysis is SWOT. S stands for strength, W for weaknesses, O for opportunities, and T for threats. So you can do a SWOT analysis of yourself. You can find what your strengths are. You can find what your weaknesses are. You can find what the opportunities are there in your life, what you will be able to do, like the opportunities that you actually have. And then the threats. The threats can be like maybe maybe you want to be an athlete, you want to have a very athletic lifestyle, or maybe athletic fitness, but then you can't wake up in the morning, or you yeah, for XYZ reason. I'm not saying you're lazy. That's what like everybody would like come up to that deduction. But then let's put it that way, that you cannot wake up in the morning and then but you want that athletic fitness, that 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 energy. You want that energy, but then you cannot wake up in the morning. So that can be a threat. Maybe you sleep too late. That can be a threat. Like for people who want a very good physique, if our gut, if our stomach, if the tummy have to be flat, then we have to sleep in time, because if we stay late, then our body starts creating uric acid, and that's what it's circadian rhythm and things like that. So that can be a threat. So these things, we can do it on ourselves as well. This is just to explain what SWOT analysis is, and the same is also done for big companies and for XYZ products and services, right? So, uh, conducting a thorough situation analysis encompasses evaluating internal strengths and weaknesses, as well as external opportunities and threats. So when we are doing situation analysis, like I said, for different company, the names might change. So in certain company, it might be SWOT. They might straight away do a SWOT analysis. This is one of the tool, and there are several other tools, but then this is most commonly used, right? So tools like SWOT analysis and competitor assessments provide valuable insights. So if you are using ChatGPT, that I can see that you guys are using ChatGPT. So when you are using ChatGPT, you can do a SWOT analysis of yourself. You can ask ChatGPT to do a SWOT analysis on me or things like that, right? Maybe you can try that as your homework. No need to submit it to me, but then you can do that. It's fun to do it. So this is SWOT analysis is for mm, the situation analysis of the company. Then setting smart objectives. So setting smart objectives, smart with smart, we say specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. It's an abbreviation which provides a clear framework for setting goals. This method helps in maintaining focus and assessing progress towards stated outcomes. So when we are saying smart objective, so objective setting can be smart, or it can be there can be KPIs as well, like key performance indicators. So even this also is it's very common and mostly used. So let's say goal of the campaign and what are the KPIs. Are we page number two? I don't want page number two. Okay. So key performance indicators. So KPI is key performance indicators. I am leaving it at it because I know that you guys are doing ChatGPT and Google, so maybe you guys will be able to follow it up, come up with the research, do your own research. If you have any problem, then I am here to answer, right? So why I am also I'm engaging you with this learning process because I am here only for some more classes, and then later on throughout your life, you will have to do it on your own. So we have to do our own research. We have to learn how to be uh, self-dependent. It's not independent, but it's like self-dependent, right? Then we have the in the framework we have the audience understanding. So it involves analyzing demographics, psychographics, and behaviors. Assignment number 7 was on that behavioral step, how our customers behave. The psychographics was the psychological behavior that we did in two in roughly about in sixth or seventh class, where we saw the framework, the fog model, and IDA, right? So we have to understand. We need a deep understanding of the target audiences in so that we can create an effective marketing strategy. Developing detailed buyer personas can enhance engagement and response. Now, buyer personas can be more different set of documents. So it will be buyer persona A, buyer persona B, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We can have names to it so that it will be more easily linkable. We can relate to it more because uh, one brand can have different buyer personas. Personas, we mean personalities, right? So, um, say if it's a food product, then we can also have customers who are teenagers. We can have customers who are in their middle ages. We can have customers in their adulthood, or we can also have customers who are senior citizen, right? There are many senior citizens who want to be like teenagers, so their personalities are different. So we have to develop a detailed buyer personas. This is not a once point thing, it's an ongoing step. By and by, as we keep on doing campaign, we have the data analysis, the demographics, the gender, what age of people are liking our post, our liking our uh, content. So with that, we keep on including that in different personality documents, and we essentially we keep on storing them as well, because when we are going to run campaigns, we are going to run advertisements, we are going to target these buyer personas, and if we already have a document where we have already uh, mapped them out, we know their age, we know their type, what their interests are, how they look, what they want like to wear, and things like that. So we can target them more easily in social media and then in other different groups. When we will go on to the steps, creating the campaign, we will be able to see. I will show you how we can target this buyer personas more specifically. Then there's execution. The channel selection is where we will target them. So this understanding where the target audience spends their time, whether through owned, earned, or paid media channels. So target audience, let's talk about this earned paid media channel. In the assignment, as we saw, all of us, all of you have written about reviews. So you all go through the reviews. So you are going through the earned media channel type, right? Also, we start, you all have written that you start with the owned, you see if the brand looks okay or not, and then you go for the reviews, and then the paid media channel type is so we are doing into this two thing. So that is present within the platform that you're buying, maybe Amazon, maybe Zumia, and some of you have also written that you do your own research for the app. So the brand, if they have to target you, because what you have written is a typical buying process, it's good to recognize it, hence the assignment. So a brand have to understand all this to optimize outreach. Then the strategy development. A content strategy should outline what message is to be conveyed, what message to convey, through which channels and with what frequency. When we are talking in TikTok, it has to be interesting. Interesting as in everything has to be interesting, because interesting is dependent on person to person. So in TikTok, mostly teenagers are there, so it has to be trending. It has to be trending within the that Gen Zs and those things, right? So so that teenagers will be able to relate to it more quickly. If it's on Quora and other things, if it's on LinkedIn, if it's on Twitter, then it has to, um, it will be slightly different, because the target audience in Twitter, in LinkedIn will be different. So that's why the content strategy development is that what message to convey, through which channels, and with what frequency. Maybe in LinkedIn, just once is okay. If we keep on doing it again and again, then people will think that it's a spam and then they will unfollow us. But then if it's like TikTok and TikTok, then and maybe Instagram, then maybe we can, on TikTok we can do it more frequently, because teenagers, they usually enjoy, just like a small baby will keep on asking the same question, and if you laugh, the small baby will keep on repeating it again and again till we get bored. Even after that, also they will try to laugh, because they They want that reaction. So in TikTok also, similar to that, maybe not at that frequency, like a baby's frequency, but then similar to that, we can keep on repeating our content. But then in more serious platforms like LinkedIn, Twitter, if we keep on repeating the same thing again and again, even if we do it 2 or 3 times, even then it gets boring for the target audience. The same thing is also with hashtags. This is like FYI for your information. So if we use too many tags, hashtags, then the platform flags us as spam and the algorithm is not going to support you. So we have to keep our hashtags minimal, like 3 to 5 generally is good. And then there's monitoring and optimization, which is continuous monitoring of KPIs, like key performance indicators. We did it in the previous classes as well. So KPIs can be reach, it can be impression, it can be likes, it can be comments, things like that. So continuous monitoring of KPIs and employing techniques such as A/B testing are essential for understanding campaign performance. Adaptability based on real-time feedback ensures ongoing improvement and alignment with goals. So, in conclusion, a well-implemented digital marketing strategy framework enables organizations to navigate complexity, engage effectively with audience, and achieve measurable outcomes through structured planning and execution. Okay, so that's it for today's class. Since we started it a little late, I didn't want it to stop. That's why I did it a little bit faster, but then uh, it's good that we did that assignment. Those students who have done it, for you, it'll be a little bit more easier to relate. And then uh, now we are in the third module. So we are all of the theories that we have looked for in the previous classes. That's what we are using it in this class to create, you know, to create the marketing strategy. So if you have any questions, you may ask now.